You see, people love noise. They love conflict, chaos, the thrill of seeing someone snap. They poke, prod, push buttons, waiting for an explosion. It's a game to them, a sick little game where the loudest voice thinks it wins. But I don't play games. I watch. I listen. I see how people twist words, manipulate emotions, stir the pot just to watch it boil over. And they wonder why I stay silent. Silence makes people nervous. It unsettles them. They unsettles them. Deception. Don't even care about the truth. They just want a show. They want the lights, the action, the suspense. They poke at you just to see if you'll break. And when you don't, that's when the real fun begins. Because nothing drives them crazier than someone who doesn't give them what they want. Silence? Oh, silence is a mirror, and most people hate what they see in it. You ever notice how people talk about others when they aren't around? The way they whisper, gossip, twist the story just enough to make themselves look good. Now tell me, what do you think they do when you're not around? Exactly. That's why I stay quiet. That's why I don't explain myself. I let them build their stories, let them craft their own little narratives. It doesn't matter because I don't live in their world. I walk my own path. Respect doesn't come from being the loudest voice in the room. It comes from being the one people can't figure out, the one who doesn't react, who doesn't need validation. People fear what they don't understand, and nothing is more terrifying to a drama seeker than someone they can't pull into their web. They expect you to fight, to defend, to prove yourself, but what happens when you don't? When you just walk away? That's when they lose all power. Not every battle is worth fighting. Some people aren't looking for solutions, they're looking for entertainment. And I don't perform on command. You want a reaction? Go find someone else to play with. I'm not interested. I choose peace, not because I'm weak, but because I know what real power looks like. It's not in the scream, it's in the silence. They want you to react. They want to see you lose control. Because when you do, they win. But when you don't, when you just smile and turn away, that's when the whole game falls apart. They don't know what to do with someone who doesn't play along. And that is the sweetest victory of all. Silence is often misunderstood. People associate it with fear, uncertainty, or submission. They believe that the one who speaks the loudest holds the most power. But real strength isn't found in the noise. It's in the quiet. The ability to remain silent in the face of chaos, to withhold unnecessary words, to resist the urge to react impulsively, is a sign of control. A fool rushes to fill every empty space with words, but a wise person knows that silence can cut deeper than the sharpest tongue. There is a reason silence makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to confront themselves, to listen to the echoes of their own thoughts, to face what they try to drown out with words. When you remain silent in the presence of someone who expects a reaction, they begin to doubt themselves. They replay their words in their heads, wondering if they have said too much or too little. Your silence becomes a mirror in which they see their own insecurity. In a world that rewards constant chatter, silence is an act of rebellion. Social media, entertainment, and everyday conversations push people to always have an opinion, to always respond, to never let a moment pass without filling it with words. But the more people talk, the less they listen. The more they react, the less they think. A person who knows the value of silence understands that not every situation requires participation. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence is the mark of those who have nothing to prove. The one who argues endlessly, who needs to be heard, who fights for the last word, is often the weakest in the room. The truly strong do not waste their energy on battles that do not serve them. They do not engage in meaningless debates or allow themselves to be baited by those who thrive on conflict. They know that silence can be more unsettling, more commanding, and more devastating than any verbal attack. When silence is used intentionally, it becomes a tool of influence. A leader who speaks only when necessary holds more authority than one who is constantly explaining and justifying. A negotiator who pauses before responding creates uncertainty in the other party. A person who does not engage in petty arguments rises above them effortlessly. Silence allows space for thought, for strategy, for the careful selection of words that actually matter. Silence does not mean passivity. It is not about allowing oneself to be walked over or avoiding confrontation out of fear. It is about choosing battles wisely, about understanding when words serve a purpose and when they do not. It is about refusing to engage in the meaningless noise that distracts and drains energy. There is power in knowing that your silence speaks louder than someone else's shouting. In moments of tension, silence can be a test of endurance. People will try to provoke a reaction, to drag you into their chaos, to make you play their game. When you refuse, when you remain still while they unravel, they reveal more about themselves than they ever intended. A person desperate to force a response from you exposes their need for validation, their insecurity, their weakness. They cannot stand the weight of silence because it forces them to confront their own emptiness. Silence is a boundary. It is a way of saying, I do not owe you my energy. It is a shield against manipulation, against drama, against those who feed off emotional reactions. When someone tries to guilt, pressure, or provoke, a silent refusal to engage is often the most effective defense. Words can be twisted, misinterpreted, or used against you, but silence is undeniable. It leaves nothing to argue with, nothing to attack, nothing to hold on to. There is a reason the most dangerous predators do not roar before they strike. The loudest animal in the jungle is often not the most feared. True power operates in silence, in stillness, in restraint. Those who understand this do not seek attention, do not chase recognition, do not waste words proving themselves to those who are not worthy. They know that silence creates mystery, and mystery creates power. The ability to remain silent is a sign of confidence. Those who are sure of themselves do not need to over-explain, to argue, to justify their actions. The place is not to win. The place is to find they act, and that is enough. They let results speak louder than promises, let presence carry more weight than empty words. They do not fight to be heard because they know that when they finally do speak, their words will command attention. People underestimate silence because they fear it. They do not know how to exist without filling the void. They associate it with awkwardness, discomfort, and uncertainty. But those who master silence understand that it is not an absence, but a presence. It is a force that shapes interactions, influences outcomes, and asserts control without ever needing to be aggressive. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy, it is strength. It is an unshakable presence that demands respect without ever asking for it. It is a weapon in the hands of those who know its value, a tool for those who refuse to be manipulated, a shield against those who seek to drain their energy. It is a choice made by those who understand that in a world that never stops talking, the most powerful move is sometimes to say nothing at all. Drama is a distraction that pulls people away from what truly matters. It is a manufactured storm that keeps minds occupied with trivial conflicts instead of meaningful pursuits. Those who constantly engage in drama often fail to realize that their energy is being drained by situations that contribute nothing to their growth, happiness, or success. Instead of building, learning, or improving, they remain trapped in cycles of unnecessary conflict, allowing distractions to dictate the course of their lives. People addicted to drama often believe it adds excitement to their lives, but in reality, it creates unnecessary stress. The emotional roller coaster of arguments, gossip, and petty disputes consumes mental bandwidth, making it difficult to focus on real goals. Every moment spent entangled in drama is a moment stolen from personal progress. It is a subtle form of self-sabotage, a way to avoid facing deeper issues by drowning in shallow conflicts. Drama thrives on reaction. It cannot exist without people willing to engage in it. The more someone reacts, the more fuel they add to the fire. Arguments escalate, misunderstandings grow, and problems that could have been ignored or resolved with a simple conversation become never-ending sagas. Those who understand the nature of drama learn to disengage, to step back, and to refuse to participate in the cycle of pointless emotional turmoil. At its core, drama is often a tool for avoidance. People who struggle with self-reflection, personal responsibility, or deeper insecurities may use drama as a distraction from their own inner turmoil. Instead of working on their shortcomings, they focus on external conflicts. Instead of taking control of their lives, they get lost in the business of others. It is far easier to be consumed by the chaos of drama than to sit in silence and confront uncomfortable truths about oneself. Many people who create drama are driven by an unconscious desire for control. They manipulate situations to stir conflict, drawing others into their chaos so they can influence emotions, perceptions, and even relationships. By keeping others engaged in their turmoil, they maintain a sense of importance. Their lives may lack true meaning, but by making their problems the center of attention, they feel validated. This illusion of control, however, comes at the cost of genuine growth and meaningful connections. Drama is a form of procrastination. It allows people to delay what truly needs their attention. Instead of working on financial stability, health, or long-term goals, they become consumed with arguments, betrayals, and petty grievances. Time that could be spent building something valuable is wasted on emotional turbulence that leads nowhere. The illusion of being busy with drama replaces the hard work of personal development, keeping people stuck in the same patterns for years. The presence of drama in one's life is often a reflection of the company they keep. Toxic people thrive on drama, and the more they are entertained, the more they demand. They push their conflicts onto others, pulling them into unnecessary disputes and forcing them to pick sides in battles that have no real significance. Removing drama from life often requires removing the people who create it, setting firm boundaries, and refusing to be drawn into conflicts that serve no purpose. A person who is easily distracted by drama is easily manipulated. Those who seek control, whether in personal relationships, workplaces, or society, understand that keeping people emotionally reactive makes them less focused, less logical, and less in control of their own lives. They use drama as a tool to keep others distracted, ensuring they never pause long enough to question their circumstances, evaluate their choices, or break free from toxic cycles. Drama feeds on emotions. When people become overly invested in conflicts, they lose their ability to think clearly. The more reactive someone is, the more predictable they become. Those who know how to remain detached, to observe rather than engage, gain an advantage over those who let drama control them. By mastering emotional control, a person gains freedom from the distractions that keep so many people stuck in endless cycles of conflict. The antidote to drama is focus. When a person has clear goals, a strong sense of purpose, and a commitment to their own growth, drama becomes irrelevant. There is no time for petty arguments when one is building something meaningful. There is no energy left for unnecessary conflict when one is dedicated to self-improvement. The most effective way to eliminate drama is not to fight it, but to outgrow it. To become so focused on something greater that distractions naturally fade away. The world is filled with noise, and drama is one of the loudest distractions. It demands attention, creates emotional turbulence, and thrives on reaction. But those who learn to tune out the noise, who refuse to be pulled into conflicts that do not serve them, gain a level of clarity that most people never experience. They become immune to the distractions that keep others trapped, free to focus on what truly matters. A life without drama is a life of power. It is a life where time, energy, and emotions are invested in things that bring real fulfillment. It is a life where decisions are made with clarity, where relationships are built